Turkey is an absolutely beautiful country. I got married in March 2021, and a week after, my husband and I booked a ticket to go honeymoon in Turkey. We spent a whole month there. We rented a car and took a road trip that began in Istanbul and ended in Cappadocia. I've done my fair share of traveling to several different countries, and Turkey is high up on my list of favorites. From the colorful assortment of sweets and ice cream at Kahve Dunyasi and the delicious street food, to the snow-capped peaks in Bursa, the mesmerizing rock formations in Cappadocia, and the ancient Greek ruins dotted all along Turkey's western coastline. Turkey truly is a country that has it all, and as we flew out of it, I made a mental note to come back again to explore eastern Turkey, just as we'd explored the west. But tragedy struck before I could make the trip. My father is the head of Pakistan's emergency service and leads Pakistan's UN INSARAG certified international search and rescue team. A violent earthquake shook Turkey on the 6th of this month, and Pakistan's 51-member team had already landed on the 7th to help rescue the few survivors who were trapped under the rubble. The team landed in Adiyaman and made their way to the mayor's office, where a constant influx of people with leads led them to survey 51 collapsed buildings for signs of life. Most returned none. Only 6 buildings had about 15 lucky survivors, which after hours of rescue operations, they managed to extricate. It hasn't been long since the violent earthquake shook eastern Turkey in war-torn Syria, and the few people who likely survived the earthquake trapped in a crevice under the rubble and weren't detected by search and rescue teams will likely have passed on now. Tragic, but the event is already a tragedy on a mass scale. 40,000 dead and counting. As authorities continue to clear the rubble, more dead bodies will likely be found. My father says he's never seen anything like it. There are collapsed buildings on every street. Power and water to Adiana, where Pakistan's team was operating, have been cut off completely, and even the rescue workers are reliant on the kindred souls bringing necessary supplies from outside. When their plane landed, it was almost impossible to get off as masses of people swarmed the runway, trying to get on the plane in a desperate attempt to leave the disaster-stricken city. The Kahramanmaraş earthquake isn't the first natural disaster to strike our planet within the last year. There have been many, from the intense flooding in Pakistan last year to the tornado that hit the coast of California earlier this year and several in between. What, however, made this one so difficult to predict? More generally, why do earthquakes happen, and why is it impossible to predict them? Our understanding of what causes earthquakes is founded on the theory of plate tectonics. This theory has been around since the 1950s, and according to it, Earth's crust is made up of plates that shift around on top of a more pliable inner layer known as the mantle. Earth's crust is composed of 9 major plates that have fault lines along their borders, and these fault lines are where most earthquakes occur. Occasionally, as these plates move, they collide, and their jagged edges become entangled, storing energy along the plate boundary. The stored energy eventually reaches a point that allows the edges to break free, resulting in waves that propagate through the Earth's surface, creating an earthquake. Most earthquakes occur at the boundary between 2 tectonic plates, where one plate is moving beneath the other in a process called subduction. However, earthquakes can also occur within a plate, particularly in areas such as those along a rift valley, where the plate is being stretched or pulled apart. Volcanic eruptions, underground nuclear explosions, and human activities such as the construction of large dams or the injection of fluid into the Earth's crust can also trigger earthquakes. So why is the Turkey-Syria border so prone to earthquakes? This border is located at the intersection of 3 tectonic plates: the Anatolian, the Arabian, and African plates. The Arabian plate is pushing northwards into Europe. This exerts pressure on the Anatolian plate and causes it to move towards the west. These tectonic movements lead to an accumulation of pressure along plate boundaries, which is eventually released in the form of earthquakes. Earthquakes occur frequently in this region due to this ongoing movement of tectonic plates. The recent earthquake was particularly devastating. According to the US Geological Survey, only 3 earthquakes in the region have had a magnitude of more than 6 since 1970. The magnitude of earthquakes today is measured using something called the moment magnitude scale. On this scale, each point increase in magnitude is equal to a 32-fold increase in severity. So the most recent magnitude 7.8 earthquake was significantly larger and more destructive than previous ones. It was felt by an estimated 610,000 people, and mild shocks were felt as far away as Istanbul, Baghdad, and Cairo. An earthquake can sometimes also set off a chain of other earthquakes as tectonic plates move. 3 other earthquakes that had a magnitude of greater than 6 were felt within the first 12 hours of the earthquake in southeast Turkey. The second had a magnitude of 7.5 and occurred on a different but adjacent fault system. Smaller aftershocks are continuing to follow as Earth's crust is readjusting to changes in stress and may last for many days or even years. While aftershocks are usually smaller than the main shock, they can still cause significant damage and even hamper rescue efforts. So why are earthquakes impossible to predict? According to Sabrina Stierwald in Scientific American, my hometown of Los Angeles is home to the earliest reported earthquake dating back to 1769, and of course many more since then. The largest recorded earthquake in the world occurred in Chile in May of 1960, measuring in at a magnitude of 9.5 moment magnitudes. A single earthquake can cause destruction costing hundreds of millions of dollars to repair, and far more importantly, can end in fatalities. In 2009, scientists in Italy were convicted of manslaughter for failing to predict the L'Aquila earthquake that killed more than 300 people. But how successful can we expect our quake predictions to be? Significant advances have been made in our understanding of earthquakes and the development of sophisticated monitoring and warning systems. It is still currently not possible to predict earthquakes with a high degree of accuracy and reliability. An effective prediction entails determining the date, time, location, and magnitude of the expected quake. This requires that scientists search for patterns in past earthquakes or build advanced mathematical models of known tectonic plate movements. Scientists have been trying both methods. They've been trying to connect natural factors that have previously occurred before an earthquake with the earthquake itself. These include higher levels of radon in local water sources, increasing groundwater levels, and even odd animal behavior. Small breaks called microfissures also tend to emerge in subsurface rock before a quake. These alter the rock's permeability to water, resulting in changes to groundwater levels. This altered permeability is also likely what results in the escape of radon formed by the radioactive decay of specific minerals from the earth. Despite our knowledge of the signs that tend to precede an earthquake, they still remain notoriously difficult to predict. One of the reasons is because there is no hard and fast rule according to which these events must precede an earthquake or according to which an earthquake must occur in their wake. Sometimes these events occur without an ensuing earthquake, and other times earthquakes happen without these precursor events. Earth's crust is complex and dynamic. There are many interrelated factors that influence when and where quakes will occur. In addition, small and massive earthquakes tend to begin in the same way, so the severity of an earthquake is challenging to predict even when the early warning signs have been spotted. Since earthquakes are the result of a release in energy stored in the Earth's crust, their timing and location is also inherently random and unpredictable. It is possible that they have other early indicators that occur deeper down beneath the Earth's surface. Detecting these, however, remains challenging, and scientists are unsure of what to even look for. They can try to model fault lines to make predictions, but that is no easy task either. The behavior of rocks and minerals at the high temperatures and pressures near the Earth's core is difficult to replicate in the lab, and boreholes drilled with the aim of examining conditions deep beneath the Earth's surface are costly and difficult to build. This is a topic that I've covered at length in past videos related to geothermal energy. Lastly, there's also a limited amount of data available on earthquakes, and much of what we do know comes from studying the aftermath of large quakes, which makes it difficult to build accurate models of quake behavior and also to make reliable predictions. Nevertheless, scientists and engineers are continuing to work on improving our understanding of earthquakes and also on developing new methods for quake prediction. Some researchers are using machine learning techniques to analyze large amounts of seismic data with the aim of identifying patterns that could lead to improved earthquake predictions. Presently, though, earthquakes unfortunately remain some of the most destructive and unpredictable natural disasters of all time. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Do share this video with as many people as possible and subscribe to our channel so that you're notified every single time a new video pops up. You can also support me by buying me a coffee. I'll put the link down below. Until then, bye bye.